And it's like, oh, well, McGregor, he's only got to hit Mayweather once. Aye, well, you try and hit that guy once, you know what I mean? Like, it's always that, oh, well, if I could just hit him once, and we're away to find out again with Fury and Ngannou, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, well, he won't. He will not connect clean he will not connect a headshot with a flush headshot with a boxer if you're not a time-served boxer.
When I look, you look at Mayweather, everybody he fought in his career, like Canelo, Hatton, Pacquiao, it was a who's who of the best fighters in history.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, everyone thinks that Conor McGregor can knock him out with one punch. Like,
did well, the guy, 10 rounds, but
the guy.
No.
There's a reason he's called Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather. He came out of boxing without a scratch on him.
You
know, the guy doesn't get hit,
and he's still fighting now. Like, even though he's fighting like exhibition fights, like
who could blame him?
Oh, why? Like he's still doing what he loves. He's still getting to box, and he's going in with no pressure. He's getting an absolute ton of money, and he's just getting to box cans. You know what I mean? He's just getting to go into and you're done.
Turn up, box nobody, and come away with 14 million.
But he still gets. But he obviously loves boxing, and he wouldn't still be doing that. He wouldn't still be going like. You understand yourself, even if you're doing like a little charity fight, you're going to get nervous. Yeah, like doing something small, like. You put yourself into that, you're going to get nervous, you know.
I'm glad he does it. Like, see, as a boxing fan, it's good to see him still, like, just to see him in the ring and the skills that he's got, because he was such a joy to watch. I hated him when he was, making his way up. But I always thought someone was going to beat him, and they never did. And then it was towards the end of his career, I thought, actually, this guy is brilliant. He's incredible.
You ever notice nobody likes the current champion?
No, I know. You always think there's someone's going to beat him.
Schumacher. Yeah. So Sullivan and Snooker,
I know.
Nobody likes them when they're around, but then when they stop, they're like, man, that guy was amazing.
Yeah.
You know?
I definitely appreciate Mayweather. Like, now, when you actually think the quality of the opponent that he fought was just so high.
Yeah.
And yet he came out of the sport with a face. He doesn't have a mangled nose, or, he's got his brain cells about him.
Yeah. He's not punch drunk or nothing. Like, he is literally the epitome of boxing. Like, he is the epitome of boxing. Like, hit and don't get hit.
The blueprint.
Yeah.
You would think
hit and don't get hit. You know, and he didn't have to knock people out. He just had to touch them in the face to infuriate them enough. They just couldn't hit him. So
I think he did used to knock people out until
he had some hand issues.
Yeah,
or something.
Hand problem. He had hand problems, I think, and I think
they had to start watching what he was doing. He had to watch what he's doing, and he kept breaking it or something, didn't he? Yeah.
Apparently, when he was fighting Hatton, he was saying to Hatton on the inside, he was saying, "They told you I couldn't hit hard, didn't they?" You know, and I think Hatton was in shock at this point because he was like, "This guy can hit."
But again, the reason why Hatton was in shock is because, like, he was getting hit with things that he couldn't see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hatton was too focused on hitting him. Floyd caught. Where'd that come from? You know what I mean? So. That's why the knockout of Hatton was so profound, because Floyd just kept hitting him with things that he didn't see, and it was just a couple of levels above Hatton. Hatton was a great fighter, one of arguably the best fighters in Britain's produced, but again, just a tough. That's a tough match. Like, Floyd was levels above, and it showed, you know what I mean? Because it's just like little shots, you're like, that didn't look like much, but I bet you that hurt. Yeah. And those little shots on the inside, you know yourself, like, they chip away at people's mentality. Yeah. Like, you just know that. You're like, where did that come from? Yeah. How did he hit me there? Like, getting hit from stuff in positions that you've never been tested in. You're like,
and when you start getting picked off, it's very frustrating. You're like, oh man, that hurt me there, and you don't know how to stop it.
The issue.
You don't know how to stop it.
Yeah.
You know,
it makes it worse, doesn't it? Because you're now frustrated. Now you can't think about what they're doing. Whereas if you I'm starting to learn that when someone pins you in jiu-jitsu, if you just relax. Like, it's the best thing you can try and do. And again, it's just one of those good about the gladiatorial sports. You know what I mean? Like, going fighting, you got to learn to relax. You know what I mean? Like, because you put in a lot of bad situation, you get flashed with a shot you don't know. You know, somebody takes your back, or takes you down that you don't know. You've got to stay calm. You've got to try and keep your head in that first, 10, 20 seconds, or that's where you end up finding that you make your fatal mistake. You know what I mean? And that can be applied to a lot of things in life, Do
you think, so Paul, like, the future for you, what's the future? Are you going to focus on jiu-jitsu? Do you see yourself getting involved in the strongman again, training people for strongman, or in any way?
I don't know. There's not too much. Again, I'm from a sleepy little village in the northeast of Scotland. You know, it's not like it's not like CrossFit. It's mainstream. You know what I mean? Like strongman's a very niche sport. If someone, there is a young lad in the gym that he wants to do a bit of strongman, so he's just got to keep training and, you know, putting in the time. But it's a tough sport. Like, so I'm happy to train anyone if anyone wants a bit of help, a bit of knowledge to try and get set down in even any strength sport. If you need any help coaching and fitness, you know, I did some work with your boxers and things like that.
You did a great job with Hayden. It was brilliant.
So, and a lot of people would find it strange. Why did you put a boxer at a strongman? But you obviously seen the results yourself, from a person that held the pads from him. You know what I mean? And
because you didn't train him to be a strongman. You conditioned him, which was great, and what a difference.
Yes.
I mean, I've never seen someone's body change the way Hayden changed.
Yeah. Didn't sacrifice his fitness though, did it?
No.
Made it better.
No. Oh yeah.
Because you learn how to work with the VO2. You know what I mean? You're sort of your body learns how to process oxygen differently. You know what I mean? For a longer period of time and things. So.
Let me tell you. I mean, so for people listening, Hayden was this like 14-year-old kid coming in, and I would get in the ring and spar with him for 45 minutes nonstop, and you know, just to help him build up and train. And then when he started training with you, the 45 minutes sparring
down a little bit.
No, it stopped. Completely. I mean, the guy was hitting so hard.
Yeah.
And there was Marines coming down, there was big strong guys coming down the club, and he's bashing lumps out of them.
Good.
And he's a kid, you know. And I was looking and thinking, man, he is strong. So strong.
And it's that was just a testament to the type of training that I was doing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like that training, yes, it was for fitness, but it doesn't matter what sport you're in, right? If it's boxing or fighting or anything like that, if you don't know how to manage, if your body doesn't know how to manage your muscles, the oxygen development for your muscles require, if you don't train your body to be good at that, where do you think you're going to do 10 rounds? You know what I mean? Where do you think you're going to work for 30 minutes? Your body's got to be used to dealing with oxygen in a restrictive manner for a long period of time. And the only way you do that is short, intense sessions, that you just can't breathe. You spend, like, you go and tell Hayden, are you going to ask Hayden how many times he loved doing the training? You know what I mean? I'm sure he said that he enjoyed it because of what he was getting from it. But if you went back to the time that we're actually training, most people hate it. I hated it. And it's hard. And that's why if I want to compete in jiu-jitsu in the future, that's why I'll go back to the gym, because like you've got to have a want for that. You've got to have a need for that, because it's hard training. Makes it, like, if you do conditioning properly, it's never easy, and it always makes you want to be sick.